The Bucks look to take charge on their home court, and we're bringing it to you live from Milwaukee here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. The Spurs would love to finish off this road trip on a good note.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way. But listen, they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, and they're doing everything right on both ends of the floor.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all five guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
For Porter Jr., I think it's about shot selection, taking smart shots, including when he's in close.
Giannis outside. Trying to get open as Lopez. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Okay, two hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
And that one's good by Porter.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Wembanyama. Good D by Lopez. Trent, right side. And Lopez throws it down.
Chalk that up. Lopez won't miss many of those.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from him.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Now, here's Porter. He's got 6. And the chain by Antetokounmpo.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
Here's Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You've got to work harder on the glass.
Now, here's Fox. Scoreless thus far. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, I like the focus and unselfishness Fox brings to the court. A strong defender with lightning-quick reflexes in every spot.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively. And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
Bucks trailed by 5. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Doc Rivers. What'd you find out, David?
Now, I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox. The coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. They know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there. And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
G.A., there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
The size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
And the basket by Vassell.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions. Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Outside, Fox. Fox is doubled. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Barnes. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Spurs out in front, leading by 9. And the second quarter will get underway. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
On the wing, Barnes. Sohan. Good D by Giannis. Bucks trail by 9. The Bucks working the ball around. They get a hand on it. Here's Lopez. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing, but they don't want to chance that again.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
To the paint. Popped up there for Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And Barnes is a high flyer now, a huge target to go to when he's sizing up that alley-oop.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Pass to Lopez. And here's Porter. Now Lopez. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. They get it again. The kick out to Barnes. Here's Sohan. 6 on the shot clock. He lobs it up. San Antonio again turning it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Clark, there are some that would say that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in Milwaukee Bucks history. Others might say Lou Alcindor. What do you say?
Hey, pump the brakes on that, Giannis. I love the Greek freak. And I tell you, Kareem is my guy. I would tip my hat there, but I certainly understand why others would say, Giannis, I'm going to hang my hat with Kareem.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. On the wing, Johnson. 6 to shoot. To the wing on the left. Oh, no one around him. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Trent outside. Here's Antetokounmpo.
The sheer power of Antetokounmpo goes up and throws it down hard. That is impressive.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Pass to Porter. Giannis right side. Lopez with the ball. Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for the Bucks. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle skills for Milwaukee.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
And, you know, another thing that's been working for them tonight, scoring off turnovers, points off miscues. They've been converting any mistakes at the other end. Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And, you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs. A Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26. Porter Jr., we know he can create his own shot, but he also can knock down the catch-and-shoot jumper.
Gasol. On the wing, Johnson. He's looking for Wembanyama and finds him. To the inside. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And how about the show Wemby's putting on here? When he gets it going, Victor is pretty much unstoppable.
Here's Porter. Rebounded by Castle.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And Wembanyama too much inside.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Here's Giannis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Keldon Johnson.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Prince with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 1. And the Spurs with possession. They've led by as many as 11 points. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And here is Trent outside. Vassell grabs the board. In transition, here come the Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. To the middle. Prince's shot is good. Prince has got his second basket.
You know, once Prince gets good inside positioning, he's going to work.
Inside. Here's Giannis. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. And now a 3-point Milwaukee lead. And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Spurs trail by 3. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. A nice shot by Sohan.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Giannis. He's got 15. Clock at 6. Pass to Trent. Here's Lopez.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Antetokounmpo on the double team. Branham, good. And the Spurs lead by 1.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to dominance. They saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Pass to Porter. Shot from free throw range. A rebound by the Spurs.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Now Trent. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Trent's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Well, some will argue that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Giannis outside. Porter looking it over. Back to Lopez. Shot clock at 6. Giannis outside. Good defense by Wembanyama.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Here's Sohan. The 9-footer's on the mark. Sohan's got the game tied up here for the Spurs. Lopez outside. Shoots it. Wembanyama with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Spurs mixing it around. And here's Trent outside. Good work defensively by Fox. Pass to Sohan. It's thrown by to Kumbo. Kicks it out to Prince. Outside Porter. No good that time. Good defense by Wembanyama. Here's Sohan. And the dunk by Sohan.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Pass to Trent. Lopez with the ball. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lopez has got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know, we've seen Lopez take more and more jumpers in the last few seasons, and you see why he's shooting them right there. He can make them.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing safe.
San Antonio leading. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Barnes gets double teamed. Connects from 3-point range. Branham's got 5 now.
And you know, Barnes is a really good all-around talent, a skilled passer for a guy his size.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Six seconds left to play in the third. Here's the lob to the hoop. Missed. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry? And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Spurs leading by 5. And that one's good. Champagne's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Pass to Barnes. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. And the Spurs lead by 9.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Bassett. And Barnes gets double teamed. Here's Bassett. Defended by Prince. Just 5 to shoot. Lopez with the steal. And he commits the intentional foul. San Antonio calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He was very fired up. He said, look, this is going to be a big win for us. We close this out, and we'll show the rest of the league who we are.
Thanks, David. They double-team Wembanyama. The kick out to Fox. Over to the left wing. Here's Zohan. The putback. Wembanyama on the follow. Wembanyama's got 23 points.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him. And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where one or two possessions can impact the outcome.
Here's Zohan. Spurs working the ball around now. It's Vassell on the wing. And it's Zohan missing. And it's the Bucks ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Lopez. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good defense by Wembanyama. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio. They've led by as many as 11 points. Dash to Castle. Once again off the net by San Antonio. The Bucks trail. Trent gets a two-pointer. Good, nice assist from Porter. Trent got 4 points now in the quarter.
Fantastic job moving the ball there by Porter Jr., understanding exactly what was available when his teammates were open.
He gets that one. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
You know, we got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.
And Fox can just explode out of the pick and roll to get to his spot.
And 2 free throws.
I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports.
No matter what they try, they can't seem to get over the hump. That's when frustrations mount. You can see it in their faces. Sometimes they even look defeated before they take the floor.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Down low. Edie.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Morant, no good. And Wembanyama has the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Richard, the first winner of the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, De'Aaron Fox.
And he's great late in games because he's so quick. You got to give him space. But he's improved his outside shot, so you can't just lay off of him. Makes him a little tough to guard, especially late.
Inside, Edie. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
I mean, he had the right idea, but his timing was just a little off, and it resulted in a goaltending.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. All right, Grant, coming down to the final few games now. This playoff push sure will be interesting.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm looking forward to it, B.A. The teams trying to make the playoffs will be going all out. And that kind of intensity in these games will be fun to watch.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Wembanyama. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Here's Castle. The basket's good off the assist from Fox.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those. Ooh, as usual, Morant brings down the house.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession, and he'll slam it home.
To the middle. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together and the future looks bright.
Morant with the bucket.
Look, when you're as explosive as Ja, then opponents are going to let you take shots from deep.
To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
Spurs lead by 3. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Moments ago, Greg Popovich and I were able to chat. He said John Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel type plays.
Thanks for that, Allie.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
There's Jackson with the 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Here's Sohan. And that one is hammered home.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Doesn't have to break his momentum at all to catch the pass.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively. Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Here's Jackson. Pass to Wells. And he jams it home with authority.
You don't expect this from Jackson Jr. He catches him by surprise by passing it.
Wembanyama. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox.
Okay, when you let someone with this height get this close, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop, especially when he has that big of an advantage in this category.
They grab their own miss. Pass to Bain. 6 on the shot clock. And here comes the break. And he's going for the oop here. And stolen by Bain. Now here's Jackson. And here's Bain. Here's Moran. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night now. That free throw no good. And he can't hit the second.
Normally he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. Set. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, they're off to a good start, getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
And it's good. 2 points. Morant's got 7 points.
Can't lay off of Morant. When he's roaming around that mid-range area, you know he's ready to lock in.
Richard, for years, the Grizzlies' team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves. What sets Fox apart is how dynamic and explosive he is. He can take off at any moment in any direction.
As quick as anyone in the league, RJ. De'Aaron Fox. How does his speed affect the game?
Well, he's one of those players that normally you have one or the other, but he's quick and fast. Now, that's a mean combination because in the open court, he can break you down. In the half court, he has the quick left to right lateral movement that can cause problems in pick and roll.
Here's Castle. Memphis with a rebound.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
San Antonio with the ball. To the inside. Edey. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Jeremy Sohan. Looking at lineups around the league, Graham. Seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Over to the wing. Here's Castle. There's the drive. Can't connect from short range. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spot. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done.
Woo! A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Now here's Vassell. A valuable part of their offense, averaging a little more than 16 a game. Back to Wembanyama. Blocked! Well, The defender stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
These teams split the season series last year, neither making an impact in the conference overall.
Right side, Morant. Pass to Edey. Here's Wells. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. The rebound by the Spurs. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
No excuse for losing one like that. I mean, you have to commit to playing hard throughout the entire game.
The thing I love about Chris Paul is that he is so focused on making his teammates better. Every team would love to have a floor general like that.
Paul hits them both. And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, Greg.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
Here's Barnes. After the basket by Memphis on the other end. Pass to Champagnie. Spurs need to get one up here. A good look from Johnson. San Antonio again can't hit.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide-open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
San Antonio trailing here. And he's going for the lob. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. On the wing, Bane. Beyond the arc. Drills it from deep. Bane's got his second basket of the night.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
To the paint. The rebound by Jackson.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Spurs trail by 3. Johnson. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
What physicality from Johnson down low, throwing his weight around and getting past the contact.
RJ, when John Morant's at his best, you won't find a more entertaining player in the league.
BA, he is a generational talent. There is no easy way to defend him. That blend of skill, athleticism, quickness, it is so impressive and hard to guard.
Inside. Here's Bassey. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And the dunk by Jackson.
The strong finish from Jackson Jr. He goes up with power inside the paint.
Out left to the wing. Outside Johnson. Counted from distance. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Memphis with it. To the middle. The kick out to Paul. Back to Johnson. Here's Barnes. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Grizzlies up by 2. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Memphis leading. Pass to Bain. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And Richardson's bursting onto the scene. Bain has been nothing short of spectacular.
Bain was a steal with the 30th pick. He's added to his game each year. And now, look, he's one of the better two-way wings in the league.
And the Spurs call time here. Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams that missed out on those big guys.
The first free throw is good.
An effective two-way threat. Have to be impressed with Bain's steady improvement year after year. And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Back to Wembanyama. Aldama grabs the board. Memphis leading by 6. Here's Wells. No good there. Here's Fox. Oh, Fox, too sly. Beats the contact.
Flashing that creativity is so much fun watching Fox carve up defenses like this.
Stolen by Wembanyama. Left side, Johnson. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Here's Sohan. The basket's good. Off the assist from Fox. Sohan got 10 points in the game.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And they have been cold coming out of the break, only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop.
Oh, Wembanyama on the receiving end.
They'd run this all night if they could, setting up Wembanyama perfectly.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Here's Morant. 9 points in the game. Pass to Wells. Back to Morant. To halt the run. Driving to the basket.
When Morant drives, he is just so difficult to stop. His agility, that's what makes beating the D look so easy.
Here's Castle. Here's Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Releases from 15. With the tip. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 18 points for him.
You've got to love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Morant with it. 11 points in the game. Jackson can't get it to go. And Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama. 7 foot 4 inches. Skill. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one of the most skilled.
Counted. Good. Now it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
They're really working the paint now.
Morant, no good.
Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. One fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
Fox, that's good.
You can really feel the momentum momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Pass to Barnes. Wembanyama with it. Oh, the jam by Wembanyama.
Oh, show him, Wemby. That was sick.
Up top, Bain. Oh, Fox with a steal. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Sohan. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're...
Oh, big finish!
Wow. Okay, I see you. Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
And here's Morant outside. Nails it from three. Morant's got 7 points here in the quarter.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Down low. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The more time Jackson spins at the rim, the better. His length is a deciding factor in this game.
Outside Barnes. To the left side wing. To the left wing. Here's Wembanyama. No good on the buzzer beater. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. San Antonio calls timeout. Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was telling his team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
Allie, thank you. Pass to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Kessel. Here's Fox. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Grizzlies trail by 5. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Now at 4 fouls in the game, he'll start to have to be a little bit more careful with his defense the rest of the way.
There's Jackson with the 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Memphis' ball.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
To the middle. Oh, he misses the easy stuff. Spurs lead by 5. And it's Fox with the jam.
In the open, few better than Fox. A great finisher with tremendous speed.
Here's Edey. Back to Morant. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup. Morant's got 9 points here in the second half. Here's Champagnie. Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Kessel. Here's Champagnie. Fires from deep. The rebound by Edey. Here's Morant. Knocks it loose. Right wing. Kicks it out to Jackson. Inside. Edey, that's good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Timeout called, the Spurs.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. The kick out to Paul. They double team Paul. Here's Vassell. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And Vassell shows you why you better not disrespect his bounds.
Up top, Jackson. From deep, Morant. The rebound by the Spurs. They've led by as much as 10. To the paint. Here's Vassell. Good foul on the breakaway jam.
Credit to Vassell for staying active.
Morant on his way. And then Morant with the dunk.
And this is where Morant really shines. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to capitalize.
The shot by Wembanyama, no good.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
San Antonio leading by 5. To the inside. Oh, too much length from Wemby.
And there were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
There's the call on Jeremy Sohan. That's his 3rd foul of the game. 1:44 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And Morant gets it to go.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They trail by 5. 1:42 left in the 4th quarter here. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. San Antonio leading by 5. Oh, there's the alley. Alley-oop on top, hammering home.
He's got thickness. Sohan, a high flyer. No need to rush that play. That's called giving away a possession.
1:33 left to the 4th. Paul draws the double. Inside. Right side Bane. Outside Morant. The 3 is up. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. The 3 from Bane. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Down low. Pass to Sohan. The 3. Out to the wing. Outside Paul. 5 on the clock. And here's Wembanyama.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
Here's Edey. To the middle. Here's Morant. Nice D from Paul. Here's Champagnie. Back to the cell. see the Spurs get the win here. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
And that about wraps
We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting stories. This homestand ends here for the Timberwolves as they get ready to hit the road.
You're so right, Kevin. It has not been pretty of late for this team, but it appears as though help is on the way. They got a chance to get this streak stopped against the team that on paper they should beat.
Coach, only 2 players have led the NBA in blocks as a rookie. Manu Paul and our favorite, Victor Wembanyama.
Well, Kevin, Wembanyama is already special defensively. Not only as a shot blocker, but the amount of ground that he can cover to affect shots. And there are people around the league that believe that he can become the best defender of all time.
So it's the Spurs now. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. And it's Sohan missing. Conley feeling it out. Randall outside. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Fox. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring even when he gets bodied up.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch, and I asked him, how do you contend with the size and skill of Victor Wembanyama? He said, every night we see this guy do something no one has ever seen before. It's kind of like dealing with the unknown. A whole new kind of player needs new schemes. So we'll see some inventiveness out there on the defensive side tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Here's Fox. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Fox has got his second basket of the night.
Nice work inside from the smaller Fox. So cunning and crafty around the rim.
It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Gobert. For 3, Edwards. And the 3 ball is good. Edwards got 5 points so far. Australia's coming right down to it. Finish line is in sight. The playoffs are within sight. The warmer weather, I think, signals that the playoffs are right around the corner.
Yeah, Kevin, that's exactly right. And neither team here needs any extra motivation in this one. You want as high a seed as possible in the postseason. You want as many of these crucial games to be played in your own building.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Now here is Conley. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. He can't get that one. San Antonio leading.
McDaniels is such a disruptive defender. Inside, outside, he's a pest everywhere.
Minnesota making a switch here. Vassell wide open. Pass to Sohan. The wide open look here for Fox. Offensive rebound. Down low. They shoot again. A nice shot by Sohan.
Well, that's where Sohan flourishes. He likes to take his work inside.
And here's Randall. Now, here's McDaniels. Up top, Reed. Rebounded by the Spurs.
I guess even he has just one of those once in a while.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for San Antonio.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Here's Wembanyama. Misses from close range. Here's Sohan. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. From outside, off the mark. The shot, no good. Randall with some nice D. Timberwolves trail by 5. Rebound by Sohan. And San Antonio has possession. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season. It's stolen by Edwards. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Back to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. And stolen by Vassell. Here's Fox. And he lays it straight in. Fox has got 7 points.
He's looking very confident so far. The defense is going to have to account for him. Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. For 3, Edwards. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's San Antonio up 1. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Timberwolves trail. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. And it's Conley with the ball for the Timberwolves. They trail by 1. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
Yeah, but what matters now is how the team responds to a loss like that. That's what makes this a big game for them.
In the corner, it's Wembanyama. And it's Vassell in the corner. 5 on the clock. Here's Sohan. Gobert with the block.
Well, just outstanding positioning and timing by Gobert. He tries to block as many shots as he can.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now, here's Reed. He has 5. The tray is rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
To the paint. Now, here's the cell. A shot by Wembanyama, no good.
Frozen. The guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Clark outside. Pass to Reed. To the left wing. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Fox. Wembanyama deadly inside.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Yeah, the score is also the result of quality defense. These teams are almost doing more on that end.
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Timberwolves trailed by 3. Outside Edwards. Fires for 3. A rebound by the Spurs. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
They didn't play well in that second half. Had a big lead, but just didn't sustain the momentum and ended up giving it away.
Back to Paul. Just 5 on the clock. Barnes outside. Launches a 3. Shot by Champagne, no good. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
Here's Johnson. Pass to Bessie. Pulls up from the corner. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And now a 5-point San Antonio lead. Poked away. Paul with the steal. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
Minnesota with the ball. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. And stolen by Barnes. Pass to Bessie. Back to Johnson. Over in the corner, Barnes. 6 to shoot. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to clean it up right.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others out there.
It's stolen by Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. Lays it up and banks it in. Now just a 1-point Spurs lead.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Timberwolves now. Pass to Edwards. Alexander Walker on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Randall. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Spurs lead by 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And now, the first timeout called here for the Spurs. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Conley's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Timberwolves. Inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA. Like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. And he ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Back to Edwards. To the right side. And the left side. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat, but a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
It's stolen by Randall. Off target at the rim. Spurs leading by 3. To the inside. They get a hand on it. Here's Wembanyama. Up and in from the low block. Wembanyama's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
3. Good defense by Wembanyama. And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
They double-team Wembanyama. And Fox gets it to go.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
Well, that third quarter is when you want to increase your lead. Really building it up before that final quarter.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Randall's got 5 points so far. Pass to Sohan. Here's Castle. Now Fox. Covered by Conley. Beyond the arc. Fox, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Minnesota calls timeout. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Timberwolves trail. Now here's McDaniels. Still without a basket. To the paint. Here's Gobert. Makes it off the glass.
Too much Rudy Gobert. Can take a lot of contact down low.
And once again, Coach, the storied San Antonio franchise is on the upswing.
It sure is, Kevin. Look, they've got a Hall of Fame coach and a potential Hall of Fame centerpiece to build a team around. They've got great talent evaluators in the front office. You can't ask for a better recipe for success.
Spurs leading by 3. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Dillingham. Back to McDaniel. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over the cell.
A developing part of McDaniel's game that could elevate him to the next level.
Here's Biombo. Barnes outside. And Vassell now atop the key. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, it makes the basics look pretty exceptional. San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Both teams will make substitutions. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. Sohan with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. The kick out to Barnes. Outside, Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Floats it up for Wembanyama.
Got to run the clock and wait.
Edwards with the dunk of the night.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Wembanyama gets the bucket. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Gobert. Edwards looking it over. Gets it off. 3/4 of play in a close game here. The Timberwolves on top. They finish off the third quarter with a 13-4 run. From Target Center, back in a moment. And with 3/4 behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. San Antonio trailing here. San Antonio calls timeout. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, D.A.?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. Now, he preached the importance of patience down the stretch. Coach said we're not going to get it all back at once. Let's take it one trip at a time. Make it simple, make it easy. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And it's Barnes with the ball for San Antonio.
Well, I love whenever Edwards is disengaged defensively. Excellent job coming up with the block. Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
And the dunk by Barnes.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Left side, Edwards. A three for DiVincenzo. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And it's Fox with the jam.
And you have to have respect for his speed in transition. Fox is a high-octane player who explodes in the open floor.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Down low. Here's Gobert. Wembanyama with the rebound. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Pass to Randall. McDaniels with the ball. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's DiVincenzo. Guarded by Fox. 2 on the clock. Here's McDaniels. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Back to Zohan. Randall with some nice D.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
From deep three-point land. San Antonio with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Outside, Edwards. Randall outside. Back to Edwards. And nothing is falling for him right now. Spurs leading by 6. Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over a game with his aggressiveness.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
And here are the Timberwolves. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the 4th. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, not just a jump shooter. Conley is also adept at finding real estate close to the rim.
Inside. Back to Barnes. To the inside. Let's pick off. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. Zohan with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. The kick out to Barnes. Back to Wembanyama. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Timberwolves trail by 6. Conley for 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. On offense, here are the Spurs. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Boy, Fox is so quick off the floor.
Fox with the steal. Wembanyama outside. It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. We've got the San Antonio Spurs taking on the San Antonio Spurs. It's Ginobili on the wing. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
To the left side wing. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. San Antonio shooting their first free throw of the evening. And so he hits the technical free throw. San Antonio on defense. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. Back to Wembanyama. It's hauled in by Duncan. Here's San Antonio now. Pass to Ori. Spurs passing it around. Ginobili outside. A shot by Duncan. Nobody around. Rebounded by Castle.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. It's stolen by Duncan. Pass to Ori. Picks it out to Ginobili. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Ginobili's got his second bucket tonight. In the corner is Wembanyama. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
And this kid is tough. Wembanyama just powering it in despite the contact.
And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for the Spurs. Pass to Bowen. Duncan outside. Parker outside. Here's Bowen. Clock at 4. Here's Duncan. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Here's Vassell. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama.
You've got to love the way Vassell went right at the defense and finished through contact.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Devin Vassell.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clear.
He hits the second from the line. Wembanyama outside. Sinks that one from the post. Wembanyama's got 6.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Pass to Sohan. Close enough for Wembanyama. It's stolen by Duncan. Ori with it. And here's Duncan. Parker outside. Teardrop shot. And the shot goes in.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket. Has a number of moves to choose from, and that soft, delicate touch near the rim.
Yeah, nice, silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
And how about the vision from Castle, spotting that opening and making the pass on time.
Parker double teamed. Boom. The Spurs rebound. Outside, Ori. Duncan outside. Off target from outside.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Wembanyama with it. He's picked up by Parker. Back to Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. That's now 8 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively. Well, Duncan is a guy who knows how to assert himself offensively. When he likes a look, he does not hold back.
Pass to Sohan. Back to Wembanyama. Outside, Fox. Over Bowen. Here's Wembanyama. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Pass to Duncan. Over Wembanyama. Duncan with the bucket. Duncan's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We'll return shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. Back to Wembanyama. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Pass to Bowen. Spurs passing it around. The shot by Ori, no good. Here's Sohan. Duncan defending. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili takes it left. To the paint. Floats it up for Wembanyama. And stolen by Ori. Pass to Bowen. Launches it. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Bowen's got 5 points now this quarter.
And this is Bowen's specialty on offense, a legit threat from beyond the arc. And the turnovers are what stand out. I know they're leading, but it's got to catch up to them if they keep wasting possession.
And it's denied by Fox. Wembanyama outside. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Parker with the steal. And the dunk by Duncan.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Here's Vassell. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
San Antonio leading. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Fox. Now Sohan. Down low. Vassell, no good. And here's the break. And here we go. Out to Parker. Outside Ori. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And he gets it to go.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Spurs. You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
And it's the Spurs ball. Out to the right wing. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Vassell outside. Parker outside. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Well, look, their ball security has been non-existent. They have to calm down and do a better job taking control of the ball.
And the Spurs with possession, trailing by 2. And here's Barnes for 3. A second chance effort. And that one's good. Champagny.
The second chance points are all about a lack of effort defensively. Those buckets would drive me nuts.
Good on the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 2.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the tech.
A drive by Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
To the inside. Here's Ori. Pass to Muhammad. Now Udrih, defended by Paul. 5 to shoot. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. The shot by Ori, no good.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And that one released in time, but no good. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. So it's the Spurs now. A 2-point game. Pass to Barry. Robinson with it. Here's Udrih, defended by Paul. 6 to shoot. And here's Ori for 3. The offensive rebound. And block. That one goes careening off the glass. A finish. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Brent Barry picks one up.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Johnson outside. Back to Paul. Oh, that's blocked. Robinson on the wing. Pass to Udrich. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Barry. From deep. Here's Muhammad. And he brings it down.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
And that one's got him all hyped up. One.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
For San Antonio, they have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Well, you know Johnson's a guy who likes to use that size and physicality to his advantage.
Harden. Here's Duncan. Lays it up off the glass. Duncan's got 10 points.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Pass to Bowen. For the lead. The shot comes out. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio. And Fox gets it to go.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. That has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
In the corner, it's Ginobili. With the floater. Parker's shot is off.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Spurs trailed by 4. Pass to Duncan. Knocked loose. Low block shot on the way. Here's Ginobili. Back to Duncan. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Out to the wing. Pass to Sohan. Wembanyama down low. Nice D from Duncan. And it's Parker in the corner. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keldon Johnson. That's his first foul.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the 3rd. Here's Duncan. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Inside. Here's Sohan. Vassell outside. Lock at 6. It's deflected. It's stolen by Duncan. Pass to Robinson. For the lead. Rebounded by Castle.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Now here's Ginobili. For the tie. Good. He hits the jump shot. Ginobili's got the game tied up here for San Antonio. Here's Castle. Yes, that goes in. Castle's got his 2nd basket of the night. Back to Parker. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's San Antonio. They lead by a bucket. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And it's the Spurs ball. The lead is 2. Goes up again. And the dunk by Sohan.
Jeremy Sohan, an emphatic two-point.
He takes advantage of him in every way possible.
And Greg lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Ginobili with the ball. Now guarded by Wembanyama. A three-pointer is right on target.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. Now, with the game in the balance, he had some encouraging words for his team. He said, this is what we wanted. We thought if we kept it close, we could pull it out. Now, let's go out there and do just that. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. And that one's good. Duncan.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
To take the lead. It's deflected.
High effort defensive play by Sohan. He can be very effective on that end of the floor.
Back to Fox. Pass to Sohan. 6 on the shot clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, you can't be undisciplined guarding Sohan because he sometimes baits you into fouling.
That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. To the middle. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. To the inside. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Now Udrih. Pass to Duncan to take the lead. Rebound by Sohan. San Antonio leading. Back to Wembanyama. Knocked away. And stolen by Ori. Here's Bowen. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili.
Well, Bowen is such a professional, getting it done on offense when they really need it.
Wembanyama gets the bucket.
You gotta love seeing Wembanyama get assertive in an important moment.
Here's Duncan. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Udrih has got it all tied up now for the Spurs.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get it. And accepting his role as a leader. Fox wants to come through for his guys in the big moment.
Duncan. Back to Udrih. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're up by 2. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. fast break now for the Spurs. Here's Parker. The rebound by the Spurs. 1:31 left here in the fourth quarter. Ball outside. To the paint. Here's Vassell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Ginobili.
Well, Vassell went in anyway, knowing contact was coming.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
It's stolen. And now the fast break. Ginobili with the ball. Offensive rebound. No dice on the putback jam. Spurs leading by 4. It's Vassell on the wing. Kicks it out the corner. Pass to Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. He gets it in there. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Well, look, he's got ice water in his veins. Johnson ready for his moment.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Vassell left side. Here's Paul. Down low. Here's Johnson.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass. And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. It's in! San Antonio calls timeout. They're in front by 3. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Seconds left to play here in the fourth. And stolen by Ori. San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, and they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter. The 3 right here.
Yeah, and when your opponent knows what you need, it makes it that much harder to find an opening.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. What a show they put on here tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what